Welcome to the Corporate Detox podcast. I'm your host, Amanda McWhorter. I'm a corporate dropout, recovering people pleaser and perfectionist turned burnout recovery coach. If you are sick of the corporate roller coaster ride and ready to step into a life you love, this is the podcast for you. Hey there, welcome back to the Corporate Detox podcast. I am so excited to bring you this segment, and I am going to call this a rewind episode. This actually is something that I recorded this time last year, and I had contemplated re-recording something for retail workers for this holiday season in 2023. And after listening to last year's episode, all of the advice is still the same. So we're just going to throw back a little bit to last year's segment, but I do have a couple new things that I wanted to throw in here right before the segment began. So if you listen to this segment and anything resonates with you, if you feel like you need supported or you would love just someone to lean on during this holiday season as you work in retail, please reach out. I am actually running a group called Retail Revolution, and it is a group coaching program that is very not time consuming for you. You still have to put in a little bit of work, but I try to keep each week's lessons within 15 minutes, if not 25 minutes. And there are things that you can implement that day and going forward to make your holiday season much more pleasant. You can put up some boundaries and really focus on what matters most to you and not let the job of retail, right, that season consume you. So my hope is that with this added support as we move through the holiday season, that retail workers out there will feel supported and have less burnout, and they can actually enjoy the holidays themselves. So let's go ahead and jump into this segment. I am so happy to bring it to you, and happy holidays. Okay, all of you retail people out there, this is a podcast for you. So if you didn't already know this, I spent 18 years in retail. I worked in the grocery industry, and it is, right now when I'm recording this, it is pre-Thanksgiving week. I just did some grocery shopping, and it was the best time for me to sit down and record this podcast for you, because for me, going grocery shopping always reminds me of my time that I spent in retail. So I hope that you can walk away from this podcast with some things that you can put into place this year that really can help you put some magic back in your holidays and allow you to enjoy the holidays. And I truly mean that. Like I said, as someone who worked in retail for 18 years, I know that it is a huge struggle for those of you in retail to actually enjoy the holidays. You are exhausted when you leave work every day, and by the time the holidays come, like, you are totally spent. So let's get down to some things that can really help you survive this holiday season and hopefully put some joy back in your holidays. So the first thing that I would recommend is making sure that you are making time for stress relief activities. Now, folks, make these healthy ones. Going home and drinking a bottle of wine after your shift probably isn't going to help your stress levels long term. It might feel good in the moment, but think of things that really truly help you bring your stress levels down and that you enjoy. Right? You all know what I'm talking about. You come to an area of your store that is just a total wreck and you hold your breath, right? Or you are walking and you see something that should have got done and it's not, and the stress hits you and you hold your breath for a little bit. We hold our breath way too much during the day. And this is the time of year that you're going to notice that you're holding your breath a lot more in your normal daily routine. So take some time to breathe throughout the day. I promise you, it will help so much. And this isn't something that you've even got to leave the sales floor for. Just being able to take a nice deep breath into your belly a few times and letting it out will really, really, really get your mind focused on that breathing. Get it kind of off of that path of worrying about everything else, and it'll help you decompress. Okay. So, I mean, you can get fancy with this. If you are somebody that does breathing breaks and knows different breathing techniques, feel free to do whatever works for you. But just a simple, deep breath into your belly a few times every hour is going to help you so, so much. My next thing goes along with drinking your water. This is getting enough protein in your diet. And at first I wrote down eat enough protein, but really you don't even have to eat it. Like, just getting enough protein in your diet is something that's going to give you sustained energy throughout the day. It's going to help you sleep better at night. And we know that those are things, right? We run out of energy when we're in retail during the holidays. We're going home and we might have a short amount of time in between shifts, and it's just hard to wind down after the end of the day. So if you're getting enough protein in your diet and drinking enough water, like, those two things alone can make so many changes to your day. And really, this should be an everyday thing. But if you can really do this around the holidays, it's going to help you so much. So let's talk about sleep. If you're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep, you are not getting enough sleep. Period. Now, it's real easy for me to say that now because I'm not working retail this holiday season. It's easy for me to say now as well because getting enough sleep is something that I've had to work on since I left my retail life. So, getting enough sleep is just so, so important for so many different reasons. But truly, if you aren't getting enough sleep, it's causing damage to you. And this is, a time of the year where, we struggle because it's getting dark so early in the evening and we're not getting enough sunlight as it is. So let's make sure that we're controlling what we can, that you're, shutting off your phone, turning off the TV, really planning to get as much sleep as you can before you have to get up the next day. If you have short shifts, this is something that you've really got to kind of prep yourself for. If you work a closing shift until 10 or 11 o'clock at night and then you have to be back in the morning, your window to get to sleep is as short as it is. And, you get home, you turn on the TV, it's just hard to turn your brain off. So think of what you can do even on your drive home to kind of decompress. One of the things that you can do before you even leave work for the day is really doing a brain dump. Okay, what are the things that are going through your mind? What are the things that have to get done tomorrow? What are the things that didn't get done today? Just getting it all out of your head onto a piece of paper. If you have time to put a little bit of a plan in place, so your next shift, kind of what needs to happen, that's great. But at least getting them out of your head is something that it's captured, and hopefully that really helps your brain kind of shut down and quiet up a little bit for your travel time home. And then also for you to be able to relax a bit when you get home and separate work from your real life and be able to get sleep, right? Be able to get rest. Okay, so let's talk about comfy shoes. Not kidding. Seriously talking about comfortable shoes today. If you work retail, these are the weeks where I'm telling you, it is great to be stylish and look good, but you want to save your feet, especially if you're walking around those concrete floors all day long, long shifts. You need to pick something that's comfortable, okay? This does not have to be something that's going to be a fashion statement. This is something that is going to protect your feet, help carry you throughout the day, And if you're someone that's not investing in, a good, comfortable pair of shoes, it's something you want to think about, especially if you're going to work retail for a long period of time. It wears on your body. Those concrete floors wear on your body. So make sure that you are protecting your feet, treating them well, and wearing comfortable shoes. Let's talk about boundaries. This is a topic that I will probably never stop talking about. There will be more to come on boundaries on this podcast, that's for sure. But if you are in retail and you do not have good boundaries, it is going to consume you. Okay? It will consume you. So take it from someone who had very little to no boundaries at all. You have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries for you. You have to have boundaries for your family. You have to have boundaries, be able to communicate with your boss, your coworkers, so they know, what you will and won't be doing. And I don't say this in a way that is like, you need to go out there with this big ego and say, I'm just not going to stand for this. This is really truly to make sure that you are being the best person for your company, but also the best person in your personal life. So some boundaries that you want to think about this holiday season. First, let's talk about time boundaries. It is very easy, and if you're in retail, you know this, it's very easy during the rush of the season to say yes to staying over for long shifts. I am so very thankful for the people that would give me the gift of their time to help, our store out when it was super busy. I will always be thankful for that. But here's the part of me that's telling you, don't let it get to where it's hurting your relationships. Don't let it get to the point where you're missing family functions, that you're missing time with your children, because that is time that you will never get back. So this could be a great way just to open conversation with those that you work with to make sure that you guys have some boundaries in place that's helping you all get to the things that matter the most to you, but still take care of business. Another boundary that I'm really passionate about is a boundary around technology, right? Around email, texting, phone calls, that communication after you leave for the day. So if you know that you just really want to go home and have dinner with your family, tuck your kids into bed, whatever that looks like for you, and not be interrupted, then you need to be honest with those that you work with. Let them know, hey, I'm going to plug in my phone when I get home. And, I'll check it before I go to bed, but I'm really going to be unavailable unless it's a major emergency. And sometimes being able to spell out what a major emergency is is imperative because, as we all know, there's lots of things that can be perceived as an emergency to those that you work with or even to customers. So take some time to really iron that out, really. Make sure that you know that you're worth having those boundaries, that your family life and your personal life is worth that. So let's talk about planning in general. So during the holidays, you are making decisions at a rapid pace all day long at work. And typically at the end of your shift, you probably don't want to make any more decisions. One of those is usually, what are you going to have for dinner? Right? So planning out kind of a menu or a plan for you, for your family, just so everyone's on the same page. If you do that before your week even begins, that is truly ideal. That is going to hopefully help enlist help from others, right? So just maybe cooking the meals isn't on you, or making sure that there's dinner on the table isn't just on you. But it's also making sure that you're not just resorting to ordering pizza or driving through. We all know how that is, right? I can tell you that rotisserie chickens have saved me more times than I want to admit in my life on what a plan was for dinner, right? Or going through the drive-through. But having a plan, even maybe prepping some things or just making it super easy, will help you so much to avoid that decision fatigue and really be able to focus on that quality time with your family or your friends outside of work. Now, a couple of things that really can go both ways. So let's talk about the impact that you have on the people around you or the people that you serve. So it is not a secret that retail workers very often get the short end of the stick when it comes to the way that some customers can treat you or talk to you during the holidays. And, we shouldn't allow, a few bad apples to really ruin it for everyone else. So I want you to think about what is the impact that you could truly have on someone's day. You don't know what the people that are maybe coming through your register or coming through your department, you don't know what their story is or what they're going through. Maybe the holidays are a really hard time for them. So just being kind and saying hello, asking them how they're doing could really cheer someone up. And I know that you guys hear this a lot where you work. It's just common customer service, but we get so focused on the tasks that we have to get done, especially in today's environment, right? Like it seems like everyone is short-staffed and businesses are really trying to do a lot more with a lot less people. So, there's a lot on your plate, but how can you truly make an impact on the people around you? The other thing with that is your own mindset about the workday, about what has to be accomplished. If you're going in and you're like Scrooge, the day is not going to be great for you. It's going to be long. People around you aren't going to be happy. But if you're going in with a great mindset, and allowing yourself to laugh at what happens during the day, things will be so much better. Now, here's probably one that we all go through multiple times during the holidays. That's corporate visits. So, I could probably do a whole podcast on its own about my thoughts about corporate visits. But for those of you that have boots on the ground, I really want you to know that your worth is not dependent on that one visit, right? People can come into your store and they can find things that are wrong all the time. I want you to know how amazing you are. I want you to know that what you're doing is helping such a better cause, right? A greater cause than maybe you even realize. And that you are the one that is impacting lives, right? The lives of the customers that come in your store. You're the one that is serving your community. And it's very easy to kind of get down in the dumps or get stressed out when those visits are happening or if they didn't go quite the way that you wanted it to go. But make sure that you're celebrating. Make sure that you're thanking the people that you work with, those around you, thank your teammates, and know that you are worth so much more than any one single visit. Now, there's the other side of that, right? Great visits. And how are you celebrating that? It's really easy for people to say, well, that's what's expected of you. We pay you to do this job. But here's the thing. Today's environment is so tough. It's so tough, and I feel it for all of you. So make sure that you're celebrating those wins, no matter when it is, right? And for those of you that are leading teams in retail, keep that in mind. Your people are giving so much time and energy to fulfill the mission of your company. And truly, they deserve applause. They deserve thanks. And they deserve really to be treated like the amazing human beings that they are, because they're not robots. Okay, so My last thing for you is enlisting help or support. And, this is one that some of us struggle with, right? Asking others to help you. It's really easy to say, it's just easier if I do it myself. But there's so many different ways that people can help you out, in work situations, and even in personal situations. So as we, get deeper into the holiday season and your work days might get longer, your work weeks might get longer, now's the time to enlist help and to know that there are people out there that are on your side and that will help you get things done. It takes a village for sure. So, if you're, you know, struggling with trying to figure out who is going to pick kids up and take them to events and do all of this stuff, don't be afraid to ask for some help. And this could even come in the form of simple things like, don't be afraid to do grocery pickup or to order some dinner out a couple days a week. Maybe get someone to do your wrapping for you this year, whatever that looks like. Enlist help. Know that people are there to support you. People care for you. And what you do is truly a service to all of us. And really, you are the unsung heroes of the holiday season. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And I hope that you can pass this on and spread the word that, there are tips and tricks out there that can really help all of us, right? But for those of you that are in retail, you'll always have a special place in my heart. So this one's for you. Happy holidays. Hey, before we go, I wanted to share a little bit about a product that I have been using and have added to my daily routine for my burnout recovery journey. The product is called Happy Juice, and it actually isn't a juice at all. It is a combination of 3 different supplements that are brought to us by a company called Amare Global. So I wanted to share with you real quick some of the wins that I've had since starting to drink Happy Juice every day. I have gotten rid of my brain fog. My digestive issues are so much better. I don't have as much inflammation and bloating as I typically have had in the past. It has helped my anxiety so much so that I have gone off of my daily anxiety medication. My irritation levels are under control, I would say. And it has truly helped me when it comes to panic attacks. So if you are interested in learning more, I will drop in the show notes a link for $10 off your first purchase, as well as a link to the website, and you can check it out. So, are you ready to start your own corporate detox journey? Well, if you are, make sure that you check out McWhorter.net for different ways to work with me, as well as some freebies that could help you get started. If you're on social media, follow me at Amanda K. McWhorter on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.